I'm going to show you how I assemble my DPM module projects right here. Hi, I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. This channel was created to help other modelers who are in need of guidance in pursuing their dream of building a model railroad. And today we're going to start to assemble the DPM module project that I talked about last week. Now, there is a lot of preparation that goes into each one of those little modules before you could even start to assemble it. This is the setup that I have right here. And as you can see, I didn't have enough pieces to do all three floors. These are the two remaining pieces that I have. I can't use them. Those are just for first floor. So I wanted 3 floors. So I needed another piece right here. What I want to tell you about is on every piece, even though you have removed the sprues on there, you could see there's a little bit left on the piece. So you have to sand down the bottom and the top, and sometimes on the side too, because there are some pieces in there, and you can see right here, and you can see you have to sand that down also right here. So each one of these pieces is going to have to be sanded, and that's not the hard part of it. There's also little pieces that go in between here that have to be sanded, and the corner pieces too. And then there's also top pieces. Oh yeah, here's all the trim pieces that have to be sanded, cut off the sprues and everything else too that have to that go into this kit. So there's a lot of work to this. It's not easy, but it's a lot of fun and it's well worth the effort. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, why not? It's free. You don't have to pay a thing for it. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there, so you could be notified whenever I have new videos coming out. But first of all, you have to ding that bell, and then you'll be notified that those videos are coming. But then you have to say how you want to be notified. It's a lot of work on that also. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this and other videos on model railroading. And if you'd like to see more of the videos that I have, go to my playlist page where I have over 40 different playlists with over 400 and I think it's 60 videos on there now. Everything on model railroading and railroading in general and electronics, DCC, DCC++, electronic projects, museums in our travels, railroads that we have gone to, everything that you want to see on model railroading for beginners, electronics, and all that good stuff. So check out that playlist page and subscribe. And if you would like to support this channel even further, hit that join button that's right next to the subscribe button. Once you click on that join button, there's another little video in there that explains the perks that you could join. You could become a team member of the train crew, superintendent, or executive producer. There's 3 tiers on there. So click that join button, see what you can get. Thank you. Now let's have some fun with this project. Tomorrow I'm going to have to run down to Home Depot and find some more sandpaper because the only one that I found was this 80 grit sandpaper. So we're going to have to work with that. For right now, this is a little bit heavier than what I would like. It'll take it off quickly, but I don't want to go too far with it. And you want to make sure that when you're doing it as level as possible. Now, I know that's kind of hard to do with this, but we'll be able to fix that up once we start to assemble all the pieces and get them lined up. So once we get all the bottom pieces together and glued together, we'll be able to put them up against a block and sand them like this up against the block so we can get all 4 pieces level. So I'm not going to go through all these pieces and show you how I'm doing it, because that'll just take a long time and that's boring. So, all right, now that didn't take long. Now I just want to point out on some of these pieces, like the ones that have the doors, like this overhead door, the sprues were on the sides and not on the bottom, so it would be on the top. See, you could still see evidence of it on the top there, but they were also on the side, but not on the bottom. And the same thing with this piece right here that had the entry door. It didn't have any sprues on the bottom, but they were on the sides and the top. So on the trim pieces, I'm going to take my little sanding stick and do them, because those are a little bit smaller and I'll be able to hold them in my hand and file them away with the little stick. All right, we have us an assortment of sandpaper now. We got 220 grit, we got 320, and we got 400. I was looking for 150 grit, but they were out of stock in that, so we'll have to do with that right now. But so let's get going with this right now down here. I have everything sanded on my panels, including the sides. And one thing that I wanted to show you on the side, you could see the difference between this one here. You might still be able to see a little bit of the flash on there. You have to take that off, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so I got me a little file like this, and we just go in there with that file and just make sure that we dig in there on that edge, because it gets right there up against the edge. So you want, there is like a 90-degree corner right there that the trim fits into, and you want to make sure that that is still good, that piece of trim is going to fit in there. And I'll show you to you here, and I'll show you the bottom view of it too. But this is how you want to get in there with the file, and I have a flat file, and you can get these type of files anywhere. But anyway, you want to make sure you go into it up against it like that. But to get in to where it really is, now I'll get one that still has one on there. Where is it on this side? Over here, you want to get in, and there's just a little bit on the edge that you want to dig that out, because you want that piece to fit in there flush. Because this is going to fit in here like this, and you want that to be flush in there. And you do the same thing with these. I did most of these, and I used my sanding stick on this one here. Let me get this thing out. I made this one up out of a popsicle stick, and I put 2 different grit of sandpaper, glued it onto each one of the sides there. And you just, we'll get the grittier one here and just do this on the top to get the sprue off of there, what's remaining of the sprue on both sides. And there might be some like flash up on that end, so you just want to get the edges right here and make sure that there's not like a little lip on there. So we got all these things ready to go. We got the 4 panels, and we got the trim. And how this works on the corner, you have a wide one on the outside corner in the front, and then on the side profile you have a shorter one that goes on. And I don't have one cut right now off the sprues, but it'll go like that. And it's a shorter one and it doesn't have the brick detail. It doesn't have the brick detail on one side. So that's the side that goes up against the back of this part right here. Before we start to glue anything, I'm going to take a quick look at all the pieces to make sure we got all the flash and everything off. If I just go down and look in there and make sure that everything's going to be a good fit on here. I may have a little piece right there that I need to, I need to get out of there. But that's what you want to do, is go and double check all these pieces that we're going to be gluing together and make sure everything is square on there and we don't have any flash or anything else on the edges that's going to cause us a problem. So everything looks pretty good so far. I'll check all the rest of the stuff and then we'll start gluing it. One thing I noticed on these small trim pieces, that they are so small, I guess when they did the mold on there, that you can't really see it here, but the edges are a little bit higher than the center. So it's, to exaggerate a little bit, it goes like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the sandpaper and just take it along like that and try to flatten out this surface as much as I can. This is what we got so far. Let me try to get these lined up as best as I can. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put a piece of styrene, a heavy square block of styrene on the back side of these to stiffen them up a little bit, because as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's they're not exactly straight that way. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it dry. And as you could see in some spots right here, the applicator that I got puts it on really, really thick. I'm going to have to find a different way to apply the solvent to this, because even when I put it on the edge in the recess part, it bleeds up into the brick part. So that's what happened over here. And I tried to clean that up as much as I could, but that it still shows up like that. And I dripped some over here, but that'll be hidden with the loading dock. But once this thing dries up and I put the stiffeners on it, I'll be able to put this on a sandpaper and then straighten out the bottom and the top edges, so we'll have straight edge going all the way across all four pieces. So far it looks pretty good. I wish I would have had one more piece and then I'd be able to finish up the front. That's as far as we're going to go on this episode. In the next episode, we're going to get into the really good stuff on detailing it, including putting some good mortar joints in the brick detail. And we'll be able to finish it up and set it over on the layout. So, until the next time, we'll see ya. Hi, I'm Tom Kvichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. This channel was created to help other modules. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hi, I'm Tom Kvichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. Okay, take two.